President Macron addresses situation in Sahel. France refuses any paternalism but also any weakness in Africa, said Emmanuel Macron on Monday as the Sahel faces an epidemic of patches, most recently in Niger, where the French ambassador is still in post despite an ultimatum from the ruling military. Neither paternalism nor weakness, because otherwise we're nowhere, the French president told French ambassadors gathered at the Elysee Palace, also calling on Sahel countries to have a responsible policy in this area. The weakness that some have shown towards previous patches has fed regional vacations. There is an epidemic of patches throughout the Sahel, he lamented, referring to the successive military coups in Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea, and more recently Niger. The soldiers who seized power in Niger on July 26th have been holding the overthrown president, Mohamed Bazoum, prisoner in the presidential palace ever since, and have made France, the former colonial power, their prime targets. I call on all states in the region to adopt a responsible policy, he insisted, recalling that we support the diplomatic action and when it decides to do so militarily of ECOWAS, Economic Community of West African States, in a partnership approach. Emmanuel Macron went on to say that the French ambassador to Niger was still in post, even though the military who had taken power had arrested his departure. France and its diplomats have been confronted in recent months with particularly difficult situation in certain countries, whether in Sudan, where France has been exemplary, or in Niger at this very moment, and I salute your colleague and your colleagues who are listening from their posts, he said. The ruling Conseil National pour la Sauvegarde de la Patrie, CNSP, headed by General Abdurrahman Tiani, called on Friday evening for the departure of the French ambassador in Niamey, Sylvain Ite. The CNSP also denounced the military agreements between Niamey and Paris, which has 1,500 soldiers in Niger. Before the coup d'etat, the latter were involved in the fight against jihadist groups that have been boarding this country and a large party of the Sahel for years. Thousands of people in favor of the coup d'etat demonstrated near the French military base in Niamey on Sunday, holding up placards demanding the departure of the French troops. But France is taking a firm stance, arguing that it does not recognize the military regime. The putschists have no authority to demand the departure of the ambassador, said the French Foreign Ministry on Friday evening. We must not give in to a narrative used by the putschists, which would consist of saying our enemy has become France, warned Mr. Macron. The problem for the people of Niger today is that the putschists are putting them in danger because they are abandoning the fight against terrorism, because they are abandoning a policy that was good for them economically, and they are losing all the international funding that was in a process of lifting them out of poverty, he insisted.